running short on time. Let me just give some quick questions here, and let me give you a minute each to answer. What are you going to do about gas prices? It's getting to $4 a gallon. It is killing truckers.
That's
People
right.
are in trouble. And yet the whole world pays a whole lot more for gas than we do. What are you going to do about it?
I met with a group of truckers in Harrisburg about a week and a half ago, and here's what I told them. Number one, we are going to investigate these gas prices. The federal government has certain tools that this administration will not use in the Federal Trade Commission and other ways through the Justice Department, because I believe there is market manipulation going on, particularly among energy traders. We've seen this movie before in Enron, and we've got to get to the bottom to make sure we're not being taken advantage of. Number two, I would quit putting oil into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, and I would release some to help drive the price down globally. And thirdly, if there is any kind of gas tax moratorium, as some people are now proposing.
Like John McCain.
Like John McCain and some Democrats, frankly. I think Senator Menendez and others have said that we may have to do something, because when you get to $4 a gallon gas, people are not going to be able to afford to drive to work. And what I would like to see us do is to say, if we have that, then we should have a windfall profits tax on these outrageous profits of the oil companies and put that money back into the Highway Trust Fund so that we don't lose out on repair and construction and rebuilding. But ultimately, Charlie, we've got to have a long-term energy strategy. We are so much more dependent on foreign oil today than we were on 9/11. And that is a real indictment of our leadership. And I've laid out a comprehensive plan to move us toward energy independence that I hope I will have the opportunity to implement as president.
Very quickly, Senator Obama, same thing, but we've heard from politicians for a long time. We're going to end dependence on foreign oil. I just have a quote: the generation-long growth in our dependence on foreign oil will be stopped dead in its tracks right now. That was Jimmy Carter in 1979, and it's gotten a whole lot worse since then.
Well, you're right, and that's why people are cynical, because decade after decade we talk about energy policy, or we talk about healthcare policy, and through Democratic and Republican administrations, nothing gets done. Now, I think many of the steps that Senator Clinton outlined are similar to the plans that we've talked about. It is absolutely true that we've got to investigate potential price gouging or market manipulation. I have strongly called for a windfall profits tax that can provide both consumers relief and also invest in renewable energies. I think that long term we're going to have to raise fuel efficiency standards on cars, because the only way that we're going to be able to reduce gas prices is if we reduce demand. You've still got 1 billion people in China and maybe 700 million in India who still want cars. And so the long-term trajectory is that we're going to have to get serious about increasing our fuel efficiency standards and investing in new technologies. That's something I'm committed to doing. I've talked about spending $150 billion over 10 years in a pilot project, a Manhattan project, to create the alternative energy strategies that will work not only for this generation but for the next.
We're running out of time for the second.